you kind of look like Shaq. You ever get that? End quote. All right, so thank you so much for this feedback. And yes, I think this listener is referring to the time when it looked like we almost had Shaq on the podcast.
Yes, Shaq has sort of been the white whale of this podcast, and he was in the studio once on one of our most famous episodes of the show. But we unfortunately could not get to him, and then I believe he ran off and maybe up a mountain or something.
Yeah, it's tough to tell because, and here's something that a lot of people don't realize about him. This is, once you're in the studio with him, you start to notice he's kind of tall, like taller than me. And I'm above average height, I think.
Yeah, we should clarify. He's not as tall as he looks on TV because, it's like pro wrestlers, like they exaggerate those numbers. Oh, basketball players, they're blah blah. Shaq is 5'9", but that's still pretty dang tall. Like
he's taller than like Daniel Radcliffe. He's taller than Tom Cruise.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's taller than the guy who played Mini-Me. He's taller than, I'm trying to think of another, the animated, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep. The Gremlins.
The Gremlins, yeah. So just for this ratio, like these are all, we all think of all these characters as being pretty tall, but Shaq is actually taller than them.
Because our podcast studio is built for guys like Dr. London and I who are, 4'7".
Yeah.
Just like kind of a normal average height.
Above
and then you've got this huge
height,
just Shaq coming like, oh, fee fi fo fum. Just sort of like, I'm a 5'9" giant, son. That's what he said to us when he came in. And it was a really good time. So that's probably when you said we look like Shaq. That's probably what you're thinking of, was that episode from 3 years ago.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that feedback. I hope that answered your question. And we look forward to hearing from you again about this.